If you are anything like me, you're just thinking 90 what degrees? You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. I am doing my damnedest just to keep the AC off in the studio, just out of, I don't know, out of general principle. Really? 90s? And then at the end of the week, it's going to be in the 70s? The hell, Arizona. Go home, you're drunk. I think Arizona's been spending too much time in spring training, drinking a little too much in the outfield, getting a little too much sun and booze. I mean, come on. This is crazy. Let's get to this. Last week I took Friday off. Hope you had an enjoyable FAFO Friday. But I took Friday off to go camping at Lolomai Springs, up between Cottonwood and Sedona. And I mean, like dead center between Cottonwood and Sedona. It's basically a KOA, is what it is. It's a cool little spot. We were right on the creek. It was really cool being there. And we went to the fish hatchery. We went hiking in Sedona. It was fantastic. It was a great and successful trip. And that's tough when you're dealing with 2 dogs and 4 children and blending a family at a campground. So tough things. Yes. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Alfred wants something. Alfred is trying to find some help here. I need a computer camera geek. I got a 360 cam. I wanted to use as a live stream in car with other cameras. Bro, I have no idea. I don't even know what a 360 camera is. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I was thinking how cool it would be to use my drone in more places, but I literally just I don't. But yeah, 360 camera, I have no idea what that is. But anyway, if you're using a service like StreamYard, which I use, yes, there's different camera options if you're streaming live in your automobile. All right. Anyway, back to the camping adventure that we had. I mean, there was like bathrooms right up the road, there's showers. There's a pool. It's a KOA, essentially what it is, without being a KOA. And right on the creek, everything was cool. I talked last week about the inflatable tent. And I thought this thing was going to be a complete joke. Although I was excited about, really excited about the technology. And when I say technology, I mean the advancement in capabilities when it comes to things like inflatable kayaks and inflatable paddleboards being used outside of those two and being used for camper shells and for tents. And I thought this is absolutely amazing. This is smart. This is the way it should be. And sure schnitzel, damn. I mean, damn. Y'all, this inflatable tent was amazing. It was awesome. All 4 kids were in it. They were in it. They had inflatable king-size, queen-size mattresses in there. Everything was good. There was a lot of room, and this thing went up like that. All I had to do was strap it down. With the tires. That's it. Wait, inflatable tents use specialized air. No, they do not, Alfred. But which is funny because watching that thing go up, I was like, that's impressive. And then you just go into the middle, you just push the top up and it just pops itself up. It's amazing. So there was some wind, there was some elements, but it was fine. It was absolutely fine. I'm excited about it. I don't think I will, if I buy a tent for anything, I am going to do an inflatable tent. I mean, it just makes absolutely no sense to do anything else right now at this point with janky poles and this and that. I'm sure you have leaks and this and that, but I'm sure with the you can find the leak and handle it pretty damn quickly. It's a little harder to deal with a broken pole or a forgotten pole when it comes to putting up a tent. Yeah. Yeah. No, the pump ain't going to fail, Alfred. Alfred says you can see me getting red face blowing it up if the pump fell. Here's the deal. I had the jumping jack. The inflatable tent was for the kids. The kids can take turns if that's the case. The kids can definitely take turns. You have to run the pump periodically through the weekend. Nope. Dude, it stayed locked. It really did. Because there wasn't a lot of pressure on it. I mean, you think about it. I mean, there's not a lot of pressure on it. It's just, it's not like an inflatable mattress that you're pushing air out of with my 200-pound frame. So there's nothing. It was staying up. Yeah. So I think the most challenging thing was just getting the air mattresses blown. So I bring 2 air mattresses for the kids because Queen Bee and I are all set up and the dogs are all set up in the jumping jack. It's all good. So the kids had inflatable mattresses. We were taking care of them. We didn't do the cot thing. We're just like, again, I am all about a wonderful, enjoyable experience camping so people camp again. So if one of these kids, this was their first time camping, it was a friend of Queen Bee's daughter, and it was her first time camping. And so I wanted it to be enjoyable. So I'm bringing the best food. We had steak kebabs, mashed potatoes. We had great burgers. Like, it was all dialed in. But I wanted the air mattresses. And the funny thing is, the air mattresses apparently that I have, that I'd forgotten that I had, 1, 2, that I've forgotten how they inflate, have an automatic pump in them that is a USB cord. I'm like, what the hell are we going to do? I tried to put the Jackery out there. The Jackery didn't have enough juice to get the motor running. So I'm like, okay, we're going to plug it into the F-150 and it's going to inflate the mattress. So just bring the mattress over. And here's what I watched. This was fantastic. This was so fantastic. So here's what I watched. I watched the kids, 3 of them, 3 of the 4. 2 were holding the mattress above their heads, and 1 was keeping it plugged into my USB phone charger in the truck. But they're holding it out the side door, at the passenger side door, and they're holding it, and they're doing these things, and this nonsense. And I'm just watching. Because the only way your kids are going to learn is if you just watch and let them figure it out. After they got both of these mattresses filled up, because it wasn't going fast by any stretch of the imagination, but it got done. I asked them, I said, why don't you guys just set the mattress in the bed of the truck and run the cord through the back window instead of holding it? Kids being kids, which was fantastic. When they needed to refill it the next night, because it kind of sagged a little bit, all the weight on it, they felt they were doing it the same way. They're like, nope, we're not going to do it Mike's way. We're going to do it this way. This is the way it's going to be. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh boy, you guys are going to start talking trash now. I love this. The military has been using inflatable shelters for years in the Air Force. Army still uses shelter as a poncho. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I checked my gear planning on let's see. Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Air Force uses Hilton hotels. Holy mackerel. Used to love the mornings when the air mattress was a bit deflated and your friend was still sleeping, and then you jump. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. That's a good, yeah. On the other side and launch them. Oh, hell yeah. All right. When you guys moved here from VA, an air mattress for a bed until it started slowly, and it woke up as a burrito. And the fun thing is hammocks that Brendan likes to use, those are bear burritos. Same thing. Yes. We boys learn if left your own devices out in the wild. Yeah, you have to. And it's funny though how like first world this is, and how just privileged our kids are. You know what I mean? Like their biggest struggle at camp was fitting a USB port to a air mattress out of a truck and filling up an air mattress. So that was their biggest deal. But I'm telling you, any of the technologies you see, Queen Bee has one of those tents now, the inflatable tents. I will get an inflatable. I don't know about. It's not going to be, mine will not be used for sleeping so much as it's going to be used for dining, hanging out, shade, and just a spot to hang in deer and elk camp for sure. Yes. Learn the hard way how damn cold air mattresses got an early spring trip. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so bad. Wife and dog. Oh, and the dogs too. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's funny that they have that I have a memory foam topper that goes in for Queen Bee and I to sleep on. And it's cold. That thing is a rock. That thing is it's like sleeping on cement. And then your body heat warms it up and it like contours perfectly to you. And that sounds great until you want to roll over or move positions. Yeah. No, oh, Grizz isn't here. I said move positions. I thought he was going to jump all over that one. But you want to move around, then you're like, okay, now I don't fit in this thing. So yeah. And the buddy heater was fantastic. It was tough for me because I understand the heater and I understand how it works, and I've seen enough videos online to have this thing running in a tent all night long, and nobody gonna die, everybody gonna be good. I know that. Unfortunately, there was somebody who shall remain nameless prior to the camp told the other wing of my tribe, don't put this heater in a tent. It'll kill you. It will not. 100% not. If it's got an O2 sensor in it, it's got a tip over sensor in it. Like these things are fine. These things were made to be intense. Very intense. And so the heater was fantastic. I asked Queen Bee, because of the bad intel that she got prior to the camping trip. Someone definitely wasn't me. She said, no, I don't want a heater the first night. She's like, no, I don't want the heater in here. I'm like, we've slept with this heater in here before, but okay. What do you think happened at about 1 a.m. when it's 30 degrees outside? We should get the heater. Yeah. So I had to go on, bag the thing, set it up, pitch black. Yeah, it was unbelievable how cold I was just to get the heater in. And then the heater came in, then she's like, it's too warm. Okay, let me turn it off for a second. Oh, it's super cold. Okay, let me turn it back on. Just sleep above the covers, for the love of grief. Yeah. Alfred says, take boys out for Spartan type camping, learn your survival skills, and learn how to deal with the suck. That's right. Okay. That's why us Army guys embrace the suck and live it. And we're the real Papa Bears. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that one bit. But I'm going to tell you, I'd take my kids out into an experience like that. They probably won't say, oh, I want to go with Dad and do that again. I would rather have my kids just outdoors and being comfortable than being outdoors one time and not being comfortable and not being outdoors. Does that make sense? I'm not saying you did it wrong. I'm not saying I'm doing it wrong. I just said this is kind of a difference of opinion here. I wanted everyone to have a wonderful, memorable, comfortable experience. So the vast majority, I'm talking like, 16, 17 hours of the day, they're in nature. They're sitting around a campfire. They're going on hikes, that kind of thing. I would much rather have them comfortable so they keep coming back and go, yeah, this is really rad. Yeah, for sure. 10 tons of common sense out in the boondocks. Oh, I understand you can't afford a mistake. I get it. And if you can afford a mistake, if you do make a mistake, you're going to have to survive it for sure. I may teach you to be a professional homeless person. Yes, I bet. Yes. My nephew-in-law will definitely agree with that. Usually older folks are the ones that bring the fear and psychosis to the event. I'm not disagreeing with that at all either. But again, it's a lot like my time out on boats, out deep sea fishing and things like that. I don't know if I get seasick because I've never took it. I've never took the risk. I always take Dramamine with me and beer. Dramamine and beer, same thing. 601 doesn't have the other. Just what Dramamine does, just so you know, is it stops you from fighting. It relaxes you and stops you from fighting the boat's movement. So does beer. Anyway, but that's the thing. So I would never know if the elements in my kids can survive and this and that because I just never went down that road. I'm like, I want them to be comfortable. Yeah. Refer camping as playing homeless. Yes, playing homeless. That's what we call a lot of the Arizona hunting. We call it hiking with firearms and camping with firearms. Yes, Dramamine, no good. Mescaline is a thanks, Jim. Yes, I would not disagree with that at all, my friend. Yes, may or may not camp this summer. Depends on how things play out in Wyoming. Yeah, well, there's always places to camp. Don't have to worry about Wyoming. Always places to camp. The state park, our state park programs for camping are so absolutely incredible and cool. Arizona does such a damn good job. I mean, from game and fish to state parks to county parks. Damn, I mean, we have it going on. We really do. But anyway, fun little place. They're very strict over there at Lolo My Resort. They're very strict, but very accommodating, and there's really nothing you don't need. So it's intro camping for sure, but it is a lot of fun. It was a good spot. Yeah. It's the cost of fuel and food for us. No joke. Good grief. Yeah, I was a good $300-$400 into food and drinks and woo. Yeah. Let's switch gears real quick before we got to stop here. I was super excited the first time I went dove hunting. You know that dove hunting and me go hand in hand. And we'll get to the dogs a little bit later. Well, tomorrow we'll talk about the dogs at camp, but my love for dove hunting and bird hunting in general stems from it being such a great introduction to hunting. And I get excited every time I can take somebody new out dove hunting that has a poor view, I would say, of hunters and anglers. And, how dare you hurt the animal, isn't it? They think we're a bunch of Yosemite Sam characters out there and just shooting the thing in the sky, and it's not the case. And then they see that, hey, these guys are actually really respectful. This is cool. This is something that the North American model they were talking about. They were talking about conservation. And then you see a professional dove hunter. Listen, I am not this accurate. I am not this good. I have limited out several times. The best hunting dove hunting experience I had outside of bringing someone new, just personal me and Tequila Jim, is when I only had 15 shells with me. I went 12 of 15 because I was being very, very selective with my shots because I only had so much ammo. And it kind of taught me quickly how to dial in. It was amazing. And I've seen Tequila Jim limit out a dozen times. That guy can just shoot. But neither of us are Randy Johnson. Neither of us are Randy Johnson that can launch a 101-mile fastball 60 feet and on the 30th foot explode a bird. I'm sure you've seen this before, but it is the anniversary. Yesterday was the anniversary. 2001 spring training, Randy Johnson dove hunting. Yep, here we go. Let's slow it down. To the 24 years ago today. Look at this. Bird comes by. Oh. You see the bird falling right between his legs right there. You see the bird just going, just balled up. Just completely balled up. There's nothing better than that. Yeah. I think Randy Johnson will know, Rhonda, that at least unless he's an absolute lunatic, the man has to know that this truly is not his legacy. That is not what maybe people around the country are a little bit. I mean, the man was one of the most fierce pitchers of all time. I mean, just his talent was just absolutely unbelievable. And if he thinks that is what people remember him for, then I got to talk to old Randy. Oh man. Yeah, let's see that dove tech, buddy. Did you have a migratory stamp? Yeah, you didn't have a migratory bird stamp? Huh? I wonder. That would be something. Well, obviously not if it's in Arizona because our people are cool. Imagine breaking into his house and he has a ball handy. Yes, right. Yeah. Some of us have shotguns. Some of us have ARs. Some of us have pistoles. Randy Johnson just carries a baseball around. Like, I will end you right now. Oh, that guy was insane. And he is a redneck of rednecks. I'm going to say this right now. He just is. Dude is a sports memorabilia collector. Probably one of the biggest there is. And I just remember him rolling around with that Hummer that he had. And it had like his number on it and stuff like that. I'm like, that's a redneck with money right there. That's my dude. That's my guy. That is my guy for sure. Yeah. Yes. He was a beast for sure. Love watching him pitch. Yeah. 100%. And now you have to just watch the Dodgers pitch. Sorry. And what's with the A's announcer? I don't know why she still has a job. Y'all, this is if you don't, please look at just Google female A's announcer. You're going to see some of the dumbest announcing in the history of baseball sport. My son could do well. He's just talented, but I mean, listen, probably my nephew could do better things on a microphone. Oh, the old commercial of him taking BP and joking about hitting home runs. Oh God, those were the good old days, right, Brennan? It's not even talking about the Cy Young Awards, MVP World Series. And most people remember the bird. It's funny. I think he's mistaken by that. I think all baseball fans understand that. That would be like if Ichiro did the same, and they're like, "Oh yeah, all he's known for is the bird." You know, the bird. I'm not gonna flip the bird, but Randy Johnson. Let's do this one more time. Let's just watch it one more time, just for fun. Poof. They named him Lenny. That was Lenny the Dove. They named him Lenny. So he did post this yesterday. He said, "Rest in peace, Lenny." Here we go. Just slow, but pow. That's just the bird's just balled up. I mean, there's no better when you're dove hunting. There's no better visual you can have of that. It says maybe go from calling him long. Okay. Where would America be without rednecks? I'm telling you. I actually saw a comedian. It was a black comedian. It was one of the funniest things I've seen in a hot minute. One of the funniest bits. And he said, he said, you know what America has that no other country has, and what keeps us safe as a country are rednecks. No other country has rednecks. We have rednecks. And they said there's no invasion into this country because of rednecks. If there were an invasion, by the time the Marines, the Air Force, the Army, before they got there would be a lineup of trucks and RVs with a bunch of prisoners of war and wondering, about damn time y'all got here. We've been planning for an event just such as this. Yeah. Yes. That's a great comedy set. You know what I've seen in the last 2 days? I've seen just people posting stuff from Eddie Murphy Delirious, which is probably the greatest comedic stand-up there has ever been. I just can't. I've seen The Cookout. I've seen, what I see? Oh, him doing Elvis. I've lived a life that's full. All right, let's go to the fart joke. So I got to get out of here. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Let's do this tomorrow. I want to talk about the dogs tomorrow. Very interesting when you take a very well-behaved dog with a newbie dog out camping. It is. Is it Raw? Was it Raw or Delirious? Sorry, buddy. Ice cream. Okay, which one was it Eddie Murphy Raw or Eddie Murphy Delirious that had the ice cream in? Because that was another one of the bits I had. Mom, throw me somebody the ice cream is coming. Go get your pile of toasted almond bar. Just throwing change out the window. Good Lord. Delirious. All right. Yeah. Anyway, you guys are the best. We'll do it tomorrow, talking about the doggies right here in the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in.